If all the information we've covered up to now still leaves you unsure of your role as a coach, these points can help. As a coach, you will want to spend time watching employees working, as well as working alongside them. This will give you valuable insight into their current level of performance and help you tailor your coaching strategy to individual needs. You also want to show concern for employees as individuals. Coaching doesn't involve psychological counseling or being best friends with employees, but it does involve generally caring for your people and showing concern for their professional welfare. As a coach, you need to find out what motivates each employee. For example, some employees might be motivated by recognition, while others are also motivated by challenges or advanced opportunities. Some might just like the satisfaction of doing a good job. When you're coaching employees, you want to focus on cooperation instead of competition. Coaching helps you build teamwork amongst your employees. If successful, it should help get everyone working together and assisting one another to achieve individual as well as group goals. In your role as a successful coach, you also want to highlight employee growth and development. It's important to encourage employees to develop professionally within the department and the organization. And coach is an excellent way to achieve this goal. To encourage growth and development, you have to provide new challenges and other employees the opportunity to take on more responsibility through a variety of growth-oriented experiences. As a coach, you give employees support and assistance. This means being available to your workers each day and making sure that they have the resources and the information they need to succeed. And finally, your role as a successful coach is to create a positive work environment in your department when all employees can produce their best work and develop to their full potential. In addition to daily interaction with employees, periodic coaching sessions with each employee give you the chance to sit down privately and discuss important issues concerning the employee's work. These sessions are informal events, separate and different from formal performance appraisal meetings. A coaching session will produce the best results if you and the employee jointly determine the agenda ahead of time. This helps both of you prepare for the meeting and makes the best use of the time. Focus on just one or two issues at a time. If you have more issues to discuss, schedule another meeting. Begin the coaching session by checking on the employee's progress since your last meeting. Review goals and progress made, and also talk about new skills the employee has learned or work experiences the employee has had since your last session. Show appreciation for the employee's efforts and achievement, and make sure the employee knows he or she is valued. Even when an employee is not performing up to expectations, try to find some positive aspect of performance that you can praise. This will help create the kind of positive atmosphere you need for the rest of the session to be productive. During the coaching session, be sure to ask the employees for his or her feedback about how things have been progressing, and at this point, just listen. You don't have to agree or disagree, you just want to hear the employee's perspective. Discuss any problems the employee is having with the job or meeting performance goals, and explore possible solutions together. Allow time for the employee to ask questions about any of the issues you have discussed or any other work-related matters that the employee is currently concerned about. Agree on a plan of action for the period until the next coaching session. This plan involves improving performance, enhancing growth and development, achieving goals, and so on. A coaching session should always look ahead. Ask employees what they would like to cover in future sessions, and also consider presenting some kind of challenge during each session. For example, you might pose a work problem, or have the employee think about the issue and come back with some solutions for the next coaching session. Or you would ask the employees to think about professional growth and where he or she would like to be in the terms of advancement in 3 to 5 years. Aim high when you set goals with employees during coaching sessions, but always keep goals within the employee's reach, otherwise you could discourage achievement. Always be sure to thank the employee for input and participation during the session. And don't forget to set a date for the next session. Remember, coaching is a process, not an event. It's an ongoing responsibility. For as long as employees work for you, you are their coach. Be sure to follow up each coaching session in some extra time and work for you, but the results will make it worthwhile. Ask trainees to talk about the elements that they could include in their coaching sessions and how these sessions could help coach their employees. Check in with employees periodically to make sure that there's no problems and that the performance goals and the other issues you discussed during the coaching session are on track. Provide daily feedback to each employee you supervise. Even if you only have time for a couple of words of encouragement or praise, that can mean a lot and help employees progress towards their goals. Offer advice and support as needed to these employees. This will help avoid problems and keep workers motivated to perform at their best. And here's a very important point. Don't give up on employees who are slow to respond to coaching. It may take some time and a few coaching sessions before you start to see positive results. All employees need coaching, including top performers. Sometimes supervisors tend to neglect the top performers when they're coaching because they figure these employees are already doing so well. They don't need the extra motivation, support, growth, and development. But, of course, they do, so that they can maintain their high standards and get even better. In fact, top performers need frequent feedback about their performance, often more than the other workers. Don't assume they know that they're noticed and appreciated. Take advantage of coaching situations to provide feedback and let them know how much you value them and their contributions to your department and the organization. To be effective, your feedback must be specific. This tells your top performers that you're paying attention and are impressed with what you see. You also need to give top performers a chance to tell you what they think can be done to maintain and strengthen their outstanding performance. Coaching sessions are an ideal opportunity for these discussions. You must also to keep top performers challenged because they are generally highly motivated by challenges. Coaching provides a great opportunity to determine and set appropriate challenges and to help your top performers meet those challenges every day. Top performers are usually motivated by recognition and rewards. Find out which form of recognition motivates each employee. Examples of recognition and rewards that frequently motivate top performers include raise, bonus, promotions, opportunities to learn new skills or technologies, and opportunities to specialize in a desired area, participation in a highly visible department and organizational products, public recognition during meetings or via your employee's newsletter. Certificates recognizing superior performance and unusual contributions, and commendation letters for the employee's personal file. Average performers often slip through the crack in supervisions, and that's a mistake since average performers probably make up the majority of most work groups. In order to coach average performers effectively, you first have to determine if this is the best they're capable of doing. Probably it's not, and some coaching can help improve performance and contributions. For those average performers who are capable of doing better, you have to find out why they aren't in fact working up to a potential. Is it the lack of knowledge or skills? Is it the lack of understanding or standards and expectations? Is it the lack of motivation and the lack of challenging work? Coaching sessions are a good place to get answers to these questions. A good coach reinforces strengths before working on weaknesses. Let average performers know what you think they are capable of and what they have to build on. Then get into the specifics of how to improve their performance. Be sure to clarify expectations and standards, and then work with those employees to develop a comprehensive plan for improved performance and professional growth and development. With time and the right coaching, some of these people could turn into top performers. When coaching poor performers, consider the causes. Is it the lack of training, a mismatch between the person and the job, lack of motivation or self-discipline, indifference to achievement. Encourage these employees to talk about their jobs, aspirations, and problems in coaching sessions. Then work with them to develop a solution. This should help them feel more empowered, and that's usually a strong motivator for poor performers. Renegotiate goals and objectives, taking into account the employee's input as well as your own judgments about the level of performance. Agree on a plan of action to improve performance. Create a step-by-step guide that the employee can follow. And finally, schedule frequent follow-up sessions. Turning around poor performance requires consistent and persistent coaching. Times of change in the workplace are difficult for both supervisors and employees. Coaching offers you a way to help your employees through these rough times and ensure that your department not only survives but thrives on the changes. Your first step in coaching works in times of change is to explain what's going on, why the change is important, and how everybody will ultimately benefit. Offer the reassurance that you can, and don't soft-soap hard facts, but try to be positive and put a spin on the information that you give employees. Also emphasize with their fears and their concerns. Involve employees in the change process as much as possible. This will give them a sense of control over events and a greater sense of participation in the new developments. Teach them the new skills that they need to function well in the new workplace environment. Set clear goals. This will help workers feel more secure, and it gives them the sense of direction in confusing and stressful times. And also be sure to monitor performances closely to make sure employees are getting with the new program and developing a sense of confidence and competence to deal with the new challenges. Okay, now let's see how much you remember about the information we've just covered concerning coaching sessions. Your job is to decide whether statements on this screen are true or false, so let's begin together. Focus only on 1 or 2 issues per session. Is this true? Yes. If there are any other issues you and the employee want to deal with, schedule another session. Because sessions are informal, you don't need an agenda. Is this true? No. An agenda helps you and the employee prepare for the session and make the best use of the time. Little employee participation is required for a successful coaching session. Is this true? No. Coaching is all about employee participation. Set goals a lot higher than you know employees can reach to challenge them. Is this true? No. The goals you and your employees set during coaching sessions should be high but attainable. Otherwise, you could discourage achievement. Now let's briefly review and make sure you understand all the information about coaching strategies discussed in the previous slides. For example, do you understand what we've said about your role as a successful coach? How to conduct coaching sessions? Coaching techniques for top, average, and poor performance. Coaching employees through tough times of change. You need to understand all this information to be an effective coach. Here are the main points to remember from this session on coaching for superior employee performance. Coaching employees is a very important part of your job. Coaching helps employees improve performance and growth professionally. Coaching helps you develop closer, more effective working relationships with employees. You already possess these qualities that will make you a good coach. Please move on to the assessment, and then this will conclude the Coaching for Superior Employee Performance training session.